Hey guys, Mike Kirkman here. E plus R equals O. Event plus response equals outcome. How you respond to an event is going to determine the outcome. If you just simply react, whatever is natural is going to come out. If you take a moment, think about things, and respond in a wise way, creative way, you're going to have better results. It's going to be more advantageous for you. If you respond in a negative, self-destructing way, your outcome's going to be worse. This is how the downward spirals happen in sports, and business, and life, is that people just react. So in that moment, take a deep breath, think about things, and respond the way you want to respond to give yourself the most advantage. But in the moment of stress, in the moment of overwhelm, you have a choice. You can take a step back outside of the situation, creatively respond to the event, and this gives you the advantage. Now, you're not just reacting based on emotion or frustration. Rather, you're making the next best decision, which gives you the advantage. Let's take that one step further. If you're anticipating possible scenarios, you have the opportunity to pre-decide before such events take place. If you've been in similar situations, sometimes you can foresee possible things going wrong before they ever happen. A lot of UFC fighters now are using this in their visualization, and they'll imagine a particular scenario. How am I going to respond to this? And how am I going to respond in this particular situation, or counter this? Now, in the world of visualization, you can simply imagine those things that may go wrong and how you're going to address those. You can also imagine the situation is going perfectly, right? And how you will respond to them as well. This is visualization at its best. Michael Phelps would do this in his visualization. Imagine every possible scenario. Race goggles, getting water in them, getting cramps while you're racing. Every scenario that could possibly go wrong, he would imagine it happen, and then he would predetermine how he's going to respond to those particular scenarios, which gave him an unfair advantage. And that's all part of the mental game. This is what we must do. This gave him the advantage against his competition and the best possible resilience without reacting emotionally. E plus R equals O in athletics. Make a decision how you will respond ahead of time when you can be the best advantage point in your life. So let's take this a little step further. Let's take this into scenario boxing. Where do we use E plus R equals O? I'll give you one scenario, and this is a relatively dangerous situation, and you're in a boxing match. Nobody wants to get hurt. Nobody wants to get hit, knocked out. But sometimes you get rocked in boxing, and sometimes you don't plan for that. One thing that I learned when I was younger was that all great fighters, in order to be great, you have to be at your wits' end, be knocked down, and be taken all the way to your limit, and then come back in a fight. That's what determines if you're truly great or not. And that's what I was taught. That's what I learned from a young age. And so for that reason, I would prepare for that moment. And so if I got hit with a hard shot, I knew exactly what I had to do. Nobody ever taught me how specifically to tie opponent up, but I watched enough boxing to figure it out. And so I already had that set in my mind. So that if it ever did happen, then I would know how to tie up an opponent, and then after that, how to get myself space how to get on my bicycle, move around, get my legs back underneath me. And so I specifically visualized that, and I knew what to do. Never practiced it, never had to practice it. But in those moments when I fought, and I had over 130 amateur fights, and when I fought, I did get hurt a couple times. And when I got hurt, I knew exactly what to do, and I would tie up, and then the ref would say break, and I wouldn't break immediately because I want to give myself as much time as possible. And then finally, once we're broken up, I would walk behind the ref, give myself a couple more seconds, get on my bicycle, start moving. Sometimes I would even tie up a couple times in order to get my head clear. And that's just E plus R equals O. I'm just giving myself the greatest advantage to be able to recover so I can get my head back in the game and come back and fight again. That's E plus RO equals O at its finest. And this is really, I mean, we're gonna have dilemmas, we're gonna have things in life that take place, and we just got to prepare for them and respond to them, not react. The react would be you get hit hard with a punch, you freak out, you start throwing big bombs at the other guy. Chances are he's going to time you, he's going to take you out. Sometimes you can get lucky and land a shot. That's when you're the most dangerous, but it's only part of the strategy. All right, guys, think about it before you respond. Don't just react.